You're getting some aerobic fitness in. Good. I need it.
You think you know Caitlin Clark? Think again. Forget the college highlights, the record-breaking shots, the media frenzy for a moment. Something else is brewing behind the closed doors of the Indiana Fever training camp. Something revealed in electrifying glimpses that have the entire basketball world buzzing. And no, it's not just another practice session making the rounds online. What's leaking out isn't just footage, it's a warning shot fired across the bow of the WNBA. This isn't merely about a rookie finding her footing, it's about the emergence of a force meticulously crafted for domination. And the whispers suggest Clark 2.0 is something the league isn't prepared for. What truly sets these glimpses apart, what makes analysts lean in closer, isn't just the enhanced athleticism, it's the unmistakable aura of command. This training camp wasn't just Clark working on her game, it was reportedly a psychological masterclass unfolding in real time. Forget the quiet rookie integrating into a new team. The footage and insider whispers paint a picture of a leader already seizing the reins. She wasn't just participating, she was orchestrating. You could almost hear her barking out instructions, directing traffic on the court, demanding precision not just from herself but from everyone around her. There was an intensity, a fire-in-the-belly drive that transcended simple drills. She was reportedly lifting spirits after mistakes, challenging teammates to match her energy, setting a tone of unwavering excellence. Sources suggest this isn't accidental. Clark has supposedly been immersing herself in film study for hours on end, engaging in meditation practices to sharpen her focus, and having deep one-on-one sessions with head coach Stephanie White, dissecting every nuance of the game. This isn't just about getting better, it's about achieving total mental dominance. She's not just playing basketball, she's playing chess, anticipating moves, controlling the tempo, and waging a mental war before the season even officially tips off. And this transformation hasn't gone unnoticed by the one person who might understand the weight of expectation and the blueprint for success in Indiana better than anyone. Enter Stephanie White, a name synonymous with Indiana basketball royalty, a legend who starred for the Fever, then returned to coach them to the WNBA Finals in her very first year at the helm back in 2015. She's seen greatness up close, coached legends, battled in the trenches. You'd think nothing could truly surprise her anymore. Yet, witnessing the evolution of Caitlin Clark, 2.0 reportedly left even White momentarily speechless, completely floored. During a recent lecture engagement before the most recent intense footage surfaced, White had already compared Clark's insatiable drive and coachability to the legendary Tamika Catchings, praising her ability to absorb coaching like a sponge, constantly refining her footwork, defensive positioning, and playmaking decisions. But seeing the raw intensity, the physical power, and the commanding leadership displayed in the leaked training snippets apparently elevated White's assessment from impressed to utterly astonished. It wasn't just potential she was seeing anymore, it felt like something bigger, something transcendent. This wasn't just a talented rookie, this was the potential rebirth of a franchise's championship aspirations embodied in one player. White, who understands the grind, the pressure, and the sheer force of will required to win at the highest level, saw more than just skill. She saw the unwavering focus, the competitive fire, the ability to not just handle the spotlight but to thrive in it, bending the game to her will. The comparison to Catchings now felt less like high praise and more like prophecy. White's awe wasn't just pride, it was the dawning realization that she might just have the key piece to rebuild an empire. White's own journey back to Indiana adds another layer to this unfolding drama, a narrative of unfinished business finding its potential catalyst. Stephanie White's return to the Fever sidelines wasn't just a coaching change, it felt like destiny circling back. Here was the architect of their last great run, the leader who guided them to the finals in 2015, returning to a franchise that had since fallen on hard times. After that peak, the Fever endured a brutal stretch, missing the playoffs year after agonizing year, nearly a decade lost in the WNBA wilderness. The arena buzz faded, fan optimism waned, and the team searched desperately for a spark. White, who had moved on to other coaching roles including a stint at Vanderbilt, was brought back with a clear mandate: rebuild, restore the pride, reignite the passion in Indiana basketball. It was a monumental task, a long-term project seemingly requiring patience and incremental progress. Then, like a plot twist in a Hollywood script, the Fever landed the #1 pick and Caitlin Clark entered the equation. Suddenly, the rebuild timeline seemed to shatter. White's mission, already deeply personal given her history with the team, took on a new, electrifying dimension. The coach who knew championship DNA was now paired with a generational talent seemingly destined to create it. Her calculated return, initially about laying a foundation, instantly transformed into preparing for a potential explosion, harnessing the whirlwind that Clark brought with her. But this potential dynasty isn't a solo act. The pieces around Clark are falling into place, suggesting a strategy far more comprehensive than just drafting a superstar. The Indiana Fever front office clearly understood that landing Caitlin Clark wasn't the end of the plan, it was the beginning. You don't just hand a phenom the keys and hope for the best. You build a fortress around her, equip her with the right weapons, and create an environment where her unique talents can ignite the entire roster. This isn't just the Caitlin Clark show, it's the construction of the Fever machine, meticulously assembled to complement her strengths and amplify her impact. Look no further than Aaliyah Boston, the previous year's #1 pick, a force in the paint whose presence provides the inside counterpunch to Clark's perimeter wizardry. Imagine the defensive nightmares for opponents trying to contain Clark's deep threes while also handling Boston's power moves down low. Then there's Kelsey Mitchell, a proven scorer with lightning speed and the ability to pour in points, offering another critical offensive outlet that prevents defenses from solely keying on Clark. The strategy seems clear. Surround Clark with versatile talent that thrives in the space she creates. The leaked footage didn't just show Clark dominating, it reportedly showed her seamlessly integrating, making pinpoint passes that put Boston and Mitchell in perfect scoring positions. The energy is described as infectious, with even the bench unit reportedly playing with a relentless intensity, aiming to maintain momentum and pressure whenever the starters rest. This isn't just about individual brilliance, it's about chemistry, synergy, and a shared hunger, all orchestrated under White's guidance and fueled by Clark's relentless drive. The Fever aren't just adding pieces, they're forging an arsenal designed for a deep playoff run, maybe even more. Yet amidst the rising hype and the visible improvements, a different kind of pressure is building, one that tests more than just skill and strategy, a crucible of expectation unlike anything seen before. While the leaked footage paints a picture of a player ready to conquer, the reality of the WNBA is a different beast altogether. Caitlin Clark isn't just entering the league, she's carrying the weight of unprecedented hype, sky-high expectations, and intense scrutiny from fans, media, and opponents alike. Every pass, every shot, every turnover is analyzed under a microscope. This is the unseen hurdle, the hidden battle behind the highlight reels and the confident pronouncements. Veteran players hardened by years in the league aren't likely to roll out the red carpet. Whispers suggest she's already being targeted with more physical defense, a welcome to the pros reality check designed to test her resilience. Can she handle the nightly pounding? Can she maintain her composure when facing intricate defensive schemes specifically designed to stop her? Beyond the physical challenge lies the immense mental pressure. She's not just expected to play well, she's expected to instantly transform a long-struggling franchise, boost league-wide viewership, and live up to the colossal narrative built around her. That's a burden few athletes have ever faced, let alone a rookie. Every game feels like a referendum, every performance measured against an almost impossible standard. Navigating this crucible requires more than just talent. It demands exceptional mental fortitude, maturity beyond her years, and the ability to block out the noise. This intense pressure cooker environment is the true test, the ultimate proving ground for Clark 2.0 and the newly ambitious Fever. With all eyes on them, the question becomes unavoidable, echoing in gyms and fan forums across the country. So what does it all mean? We're witnessing a fascinating convergence. A generational talent undergoing a startling physical and mental evolution, revealed in tantalizing glimpses from behind the scenes. A legendary coach returning to her roots, finding herself armed with the ultimate weapon to complete her redemption arc. A team roster strategically bolstered, brimming with complementary talent and fueled by a new, palpable energy. And hanging over it all, the crushing weight of expectation and the intense fire of professional competition. The Indiana Fever are no longer just a team hoping to make the playoffs. They're positioning themselves as disruptors, aiming to bulldoze their way through the established hierarchy, with Clark leading the charge like a force of nature. The leaked footage wasn't just practice, it felt like a trailer for a blockbuster season, a declaration that Clark 2.0 and the Fever are coming. But is this explosive combination, this perfect storm of talent, coaching, and ambition truly enough to rewrite the WNBA narrative this quickly? Can they translate this offseason intensity and raw potential into sustained dominance when the real games begin? The league is watching, the fans are buzzing, and one thing is certain: the Indiana Fever, led by their transformed phenom, are about to make things very, very interesting.